Hey there, it's been a while. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll be grateful to you.
The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Daphne makes her move. Plans are getting begun in these the bold and the beautiful spoilers. Steffi's strategy to take back Forrester pushes forward as Daphne flirts with Carter, Liam frets about Bill, and Lee wants the truth out of Poppy and Jack. Steffi has managed to convince Carter and Hope to recruit her back at Forrester Creations, so that she may quietly work on taking control of the family firm from the inside. And she attempts to keep her excitement under control when Hope enters the design studio with some wonderful news. We might partner with Daphne Rose, the blonde reveals. But when she and Carter don't realize is the perfume designer is there at Steffi's request. "Your work's incredible," Carter raves. Moving closer, Daphne turns on the charm. "Incredible," she teases, putting a handkerchief in his jacket pocket. "Is that what you're looking for, Carter Walton?" Will he fall for her charms or remain faithful to Hope? Will has already seen a difference in Bill's conduct, and now Liam voices his own concern for their father. "I'm worried about you," he insists. But Bill swears there's nothing to worry about. "Even Dollar Bill could use me time," he argues. Meanwhile, Luna spies on the family talk from a secret vantage point. How much longer can Bill keep her presence in his home a secret? Speaking about Luna, Lee is desperate to prove her supposition accurate. After the DNA test proved that Tom Starr wasn't Luna's father, the doctor realized that she knew exactly who Poppy's baby daddy was. So she brings her sister and Jack into her office to settle this once and for all. "You're not making any sense, Lee," Jack moans. But Lee demands the truth. "Are you Luna's father?" she asks her ex-husband point blank. This will be the mayhem Ted King promised fans when he announced his return. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. We know who the baby daddy is. At this point, it can only be one or the other, right? Of course, we are talking about the massive baby daddy mystery on The Bold and the Beautiful. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. We know who the baby daddy is. And it seems like Lee has finally taken matters into her own hands, as during the last episode, she insisted that Jack take a paternity test to establish whether or not he is Luna's biological father. But then again, it seems like all indicators are pointing towards Finn as the true father. Wouldn't that be wild? It's the Day at Me television baby daddy discovery that we all need in our lives right now. This would also throw Bill Spencer completely off, seeing as he's gotten so close to Luna throughout her time behind bars. Of course, the internet surely did have a lot to say about the topic. A lot of individuals have their money on Finn as well. Some even reacted with, "I still say it should be Finn who is the daddy. If the boy can't act, at least have him be a conduit for drama." Sheila having a granddaughter who happens to be a lunatic would be rather dramatic. Another critic commented, "The story about Jack being Luna's father is the one I had always wanted and the one they should have told from the beginning, instead making Luna some psycho killer. Now that they are finally telling the tale, it's too little too late. I've already quit watching the show." What's next on The Bold and the Beautiful this week? But even with that stated, shouldn't Finn have remembered sleeping with Poppy back in the day? Luna hides from Liam, Lee's ASAP demand for Jack. Few tough areas are on the way, but we've got a small programming tip to pass along first. BNB will be preempted for presidential inaugural coverage on Monday, January 20th, but the show will be back for more action with a brand new episode once drama rolls around. At Bill Spencer's apartment, he'll have another visitor that sends him scrambling to get Luna Nozawa out of sight. Luna will have to hide from Liam Spencer whenever he swings by to check on Bill and see how he's actually doing. BNB fans know Bill's behavior has been generating some red flags for those closest to him. It's rare for Bill to remain out of the office most days and keep to himself, but will Spencer already showed here to grill his father. Perhaps will passed along his concerns to Liam, as well as the brothers regularly have catch-up meetings over lunch. Of course, Liam will have worries of his own since he knows Bill's largely been working from home, so he'll put Bill through an interrogation. Although Bill will act like he's just been enjoying some time on his own, Liam will wonder that his dad's telling him the truth. It'll look like Bill's hiding something, but Liam may not be able to put his finger on what it is. Luna's name may come up as Leah muses on how much Bill wanted her to be his daughter. Since Luna manipulated the paternity test and committed plenty of heinous things, Leah may question if Bill's still feeling ripped up about all that. Bill will deny that anything's wrong and pretend like he's past all the Luna drama, but he'll privately be hoping no one finds out he got her out of prison. Luna will continue serving her sentence on house arrest at the Spencer mansion, so that secret will explode up in a huge way sooner or later. Speaking of secrets blowing up, Lee Finnegan is confident that her hunch regarding Luna's biological father is right. Now that Lee has demonstrated that Tom Starr isn't Luna's dad, she's landed on Jack Finnegan as her top father suspect. It won't be long until Lee summons Jack to the hospital, perhaps under the cover of a mysterious emergency. Jack will play like this is all a great mistake at first, but will he eventually admit to an affair with Poppy Nozawa? Regardless, Lee's going to demand a paternity test and force Jack to prove whether he's Luna's father once and for all. That said, the show's also left the door open for John Finnegan to be a father candidate. Finn was awfully close to Poppy back when they were both living with Lee and Jack when he was in college, so that's worth keeping in mind. Whatever the case, Lee's going to make a guess about Jack being the bio dad and will insist on this DNA test ASAP.
The bold and the beautiful spoilers predict there's much more Luna father drama to come. So stay tuned for updates on all the surprising news and significant ramifications. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Will Taylor trade in broken heart syndrome for a real broken heart again? We thought it wouldn't happen. But here we are, stuck in that same old triangle on the bold and the beautiful. When the producers brought back Dr. Taylor Hayes, the public implored for them not to put us on the Ridge Forrester, Brooke Logan, and Taylor merry-go-round again, and plainly, they didn't listen. Because here we are for the millionth time. The bold and the beautiful. Ridge Forrester is done with his Logan. For now, to make a long story short, the Forresters have been expelled at the company that Eric Forrester founded with his bare hands, and Brooke has taken over as CEO. She says and seems to truly intend to try and get the company back for Ridge and his family, but he isn't buying it. This betrayal is like the straw that broke the camel's back. It's too much. Ridge doesn't care about Brooke's motives more than he worries about the fact that she didn't stand with the firm. This has forced Ridge to relocate back into his family's compound, and within mere hours he had his ex-wife and sometime soulmate, Taylor, in his arms. Within a few days, he is planning a future with her, bringing her into the mansion until they can lock down a beach property. The expression in Ridge's eyes reveals a different story. He likes Taylor and the security and loyalty that she gives, but he is missing Brooke. B&B spoilers. Taylor Hayes. What are you thinking? Taylor breezed back into town feeling that she was dying. When she found out that her heart failure was truly broken heart syndrome, she was relieved. She went through some healing therapy that linked her to Ridge, while happily declaring her independence. She told us countless times that she didn't need a man to be happy. But the second that Ridge came sprinting back, she picked him up with her arms wide open. Surely this world-renowned psychotherapist must see this as the ultimate rebound. To trust Ridge so entirely, despite knowing from experience that this is exactly his pattern. The second element of his routine is to abandon her for another opportunity with his Logan. Why is Taylor being so irresponsible with her newly healed heart? Do you believe her dalliance with Ridge will leave her brokenhearted all over again? Bold and the beautiful must-watch moments. January 22nd. Lee gives Jack a paternity test. Lee wants to know the truth once and for all. The bold and the beautiful must-watch moments for Wednesday, January 22nd. Finally seeking the truth from Jack. Plus, Steffi helps Finn realize something fundamental about himself, and Liam has questions for Bill. It's going to be a day full with major decisions, and you will not want to miss a second. Previously on The Bold and the beautiful, Steffi and Finn have been at an excellent spot in their marriage recently. Sure, Steffi's professional life is in a bit of an upheaval since Carter and Hope took over at Forrester Creations. But Steffi and Finn find safe haven with one other away from the tumult of everything else. In the past, Finn and Steffi have argued about his relationship with his biological mom, Sheila, but lately, it has not been a bone of contention for them. As for Liam, he looks concerned about Bill. He feels like his dad is hiding something, but Liam truly doesn't have any idea what it is. Bill sprung Luna from prison, but he kept it a secret from everyone and Liam senses it. He's questioned Bill about it, and it's not apparent if he's satisfied with the answers Bill has given. Lee and Poppy haven't gotten along very well since they've both been in Los Angeles. The ultimate reason of their hostility isn't completely evident. But these sisters aren't on the greatest of terms. Recently, Lee realized that Poppy and Jack slept together at a time that very well could have resulted in Luna's pregnancy. Lee sought for the truth about her niece's paternity. Next on B&B with Steffi's guidance, Finn makes a conclusion about himself and his parents. Liam encourages Bill to come honest about his recent solitude. Incensed, Lee gives Jack a paternity test. Steffi's bold and beautiful revenge just put Taylor's future in jeopardy. Like the proverbial fox in the henhouse, bold and beautiful Steffi has managed to get herself rehired at Forrester Creations. But that's only part of her strategy to tear the rug out from under Carter and Hope in order to return the company to her family. This week, her secret weapon, called Daphne Rose, will make a not-so-subtle push for Carter. But if what we saw last week was any clue, the Parisian import might just do something that will derail Steffi's other cherished dream. The reunion of her parents. Already, we've been informed repeatedly, as is this show's tendency, that no guy can resist the attractions of Daphne Rose. And yes, she is one of those characters who must always be referred to by her entire name, a la Sheila Carter or Days of Our Lives Stefano Di Mera. And surely upon meeting Ridge, she seemed ready and willing to prove as much. As Steffi watched, Daphne Rose went up to Ridge and physically sniffed him before judging his perfume to be classic, strong, sexy, and very masculine. Seconds later, we were reminded of Daphne Rose's attraction when Steffi described her never-before-mentioned companion as beautiful and confident, a woman no man can say no to. And while Daphne Rose added, not even Carter Walton, the look she gave Ridge suggested that he could be more to her taste. Therein, of course, is the rub, because it's not hard to see Daphne Rose, while updating Ridge on her future progress, creating a seductive web around the designer. Sure, he just dumped Brooke, again, to rejoin with Taylor, again. But given how easily each of those ladies accept his many shortcomings, perhaps Ridge is searching for someone who poses a bit more of a challenge. From a theatrical point of view, it's hard to deny just how large an impact a Daphne Rose/Ridge pairing would have on the canvas. Brooke and Taylor would, of course, be surprised, but the real fun would come via Steffi's reaction, where she would perceive Daphne Rose's actions as a betrayal. Hope would likely brand it something more like to karma. "You brought her here to seduce my guy," Hope would declare, "and she instead hooked up with your dad." That, Steffi, is what Colonel Saunders would call a finger-lickin' good type of delicious. Worse, however, Steffi's actions might imperil more than simply Taylor's reconciliation with Ridge. Should things between the off-married pair go south yet again, her broken heart syndrome could come rushing back, and this time prove downright lethal. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. The sight of Luna triggers Katie into a heart attack. The bold and the beautiful spoilers indicate that Bill Spencer sprung criminal Luna Nozawa from jail and has her under house detention at his mansion. This is a super significant secret, and the truth has almost come out a couple of times. It seems inevitable that someone would discover Bill and Luna's secret. His son, Will Spencer, feels his dad is acting differently lately, but his other son, Liam Spencer, also gets skeptical throughout the week of January 20th to 24th. Liam has a special knowledge of his dad. After all, they spent prison time together. Nothing bonds like stripes and bars. When Liam challenges him, Bill says he just needs a breather, but Liam isn't so convinced. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Will Katie Logan discover the truth? And then there's nosy Katie Logan. She has a habit of waltzing into Bill's house like she owns the place. And she previously lived there, but that was then, and this is now. Will Katie get wind of Bill's aloofness and walk over to ask him how he's doing? It's true that Bill is working from home, but he usually always has time for family. B&B spoilers. Bill Spencer is working at home. Katie may go on a rant about how Bill has been off ever since he found out that Luna is not his daughter and killed 2 guys. It would be the perfect time for Luna to eavesdrop like she has done with Bill and Will. Would Katie wander in and discover Luna making herself at home? The sight would startle her, and we know her heart is tender. She doesn't have broken heart syndrome, but she does have a heart transplant. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Katie Logan's sensitive heart. How would Katie respond to seeing Luna huge and in command in Bill's house? She might jump to conclusions and conclude that Luna fled and killed Bill. That would set her heart pounding and could potentially induce a flare-up and more medical complications. Can you imagine how dreadful Bill would feel if Luna somehow triggered Katie? The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Will Luna trigger Katie? We predict that Katie finally finds out what Bill is up to and lashes out at him. Explosive show spoilers suggest that Bill gets into difficulties over Luna's housing conditions. So be sure to remain tuned. Liam's suspicious mind. Liam has huge questions for Bill. Lee shocks Poppy and Jack by accusing them of having an affair and indicated she conducted a paternity test proving Luna wasn't Tom's daughter. Plus, Liam clued into Bill's secrets while Finn and Steffi enjoyed some couple time. It was a momentous day in Los Angeles. What happened on The Bold and the Beautiful today? In her workplace, Lee confronted Poppy, accusing her of having an affair with Jack, while she stayed on their couch a couple of decades ago. Poppy denied it, but Lee pushed the topic, and she claimed Jack was Luna's father. Lee reminded Poppy of Jack's involvement with Sheila, and chastised her sister of squandering her life and targeting Jack. Lee said she immediately felt skeptical of the romance when Poppy disclosed her pregnancy all those years ago. Jack showed, and Lee stated she knew his secret. Jack stated he didn't know what she was talking about, but Lee accused him of betraying her with Poppy. Lee referred to his affair with Sheila, stating this betrayal was much worse. Jack rejected her as hysterical, but Lee revealed she had performed a paternity test proving Luna was not Tom's daughter. Despite Lee's charges, Jack and Poppy denied the affair. Suspicions meanwhile. In Bill's residence, Luna vowed to follow his rules to escape jail. Liam interrupted, concerned about his father's behavior. Bill disregarded Liam's anxieties, stating he was fine and needed time away from work. Liam didn't buy it, though, and he truly wondered what was going on when Bill hinted at a connection to Luna's position. Luna eavesdropped on their talk. Reconnection at the Cliff House. Finn and Steffi enjoyed an afternoon together. Steffi told him was back at work and vowed to retake Forrester Creations. Finn wanted to focus on their relationship. Steffi hailed her parents' reunion. She expressed thanks for Finn's unwavering support, comparing it with Ridge's earlier indecisiveness. Finn focused on his parents' divorce, accepting his father's mistakes and their broken connection. Despite the grief of their separation, he understood all perspectives. Finn concentrated on happiness with Steffi.
Thank you for your time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.